Hey everybody, I actually don't know exactly what I'm going to say, but I went to spin class this morning. Oftentimes this happens. Spirit speaks to me, downloads and says, you got to do something. And so the message is to get on live and to share this idea that was coming through. It's going to be fragmented, but Spirit said, you just got to do the video because you've got so many beautiful people out there who want to help you. And so put it out there now. Don't get it all glossy and then put the idea out, because apparently many of you are going to have some incredible ideas to make what I'm going to share even bigger and better. So here's the idea that came through on my spin class. And yes, I'm just home. I couldn't even shower. I was like, no, let me go shower. And Spirit said, no, get on YouTube now and get the message through now before you shower and get distracted, and like all these other things will happen. So here's the idea. A couple of things spurred it. One is, going into my spin class, I was listening to a recent podcast that I did, and it's just absolutely a fabulous discussion. It's a beautiful podcaster, and I just really would love for all of you to listen to it. So I'm going to put the link in here. But one of the things about that podcast that just reminded me of how much my book isn't meant to be about my stories. And the book isn't to be for people who know all about angels, or people who have herpes, or people who want to do psychedelics. It's for everyone that is interested in finding another way to live life that's not in the suffering of the mind. And that was just coming through on this podcast. And I just feel like I am getting this sense of urgency from the universe to do everything possible to help people get out of the suffering, because we are in such an incredible time right now. Things are going to get a lot shittier, and things are going to get a lot more blissful. And it's a path, and it's a choice, and it's now. It's not like in the future someday. It's like right now, that when we don't transcend the programs that are no longer serving us, we go into the shithole, the rabbit hole, deep. And when we get deep, it gets harder and harder and harder to get out. And so this urgency of sharing our stories and our stories of healing ourselves to inspire others to do their own work, right? Because the only thing we can do is heal ourselves and show up, shine the light, and show the way. And so that's what my book is intended to do. It's not to tell you how to, because you chose coming into this lifetime how you're going to wake up and how you're going to continue on that awakening journey. And my book really just shares some incredibly vulnerable stories, some incredibly powerful modalities, tips, tools, techniques as to how you can go about that. But it's still your choice as to how you're going to choose to do your journey. And so the idea that was coming through as I'm like spinning my little butt off, sweating bullets, was a community project. I don't have the right words. Like I said, this is not glossy. What I'm going to throw out to you is the initial idea, and it'll grow from here. And I will get it in a place where it's a little bit more clear and understandable. But Spirit said, let your friends help you get the message out about the book, because so many of you have already done posts, and you've just said wonderful things on Amazon reviews, and like all this great stuff and all this great energy and all this love, and you've supported me in so many ways, and I'm so incredibly grateful. But Spirit said, no, let them help you more and let them make money doing it. And I'm like, okay, I love this idea. So the idea is that when I get off this call, I'm going to get myself showered, and I'm going to create a really, really fun postcard that I'm going to use to pass around and to share about the awakening. And I am also going to offer it to any and all of you. And you can share it electronically. You can share it in paper form. I can get you copies. And then anyone that comes through the link on that postcard or on your share that's in your zip code, I will give you commission on anything that they purchase, whether they purchase an Awakening and Healing Handbook, whether they purchase the Psychedelics Resource Guide, whether they purchase the Herpes Handbook that I've just launched. So anything, whether it's a mini mantra word bar necklace, anything that you lead them to on the website, I will pay you a commission. And Spirit was like 33%. So it's a good commission. It's not like a, Amazon affiliate program where you get a couple of, like 3% or 5% or whatever. And I just was really excited about that idea, because I love the idea that, we can share the wealth of information and our stories and be in community with one another, but we can also bring wealth to ourselves, right? And wealth is whatever we want it to be. I mean, having an incredible cup of coffee and being able to buy that at maybe a fancy place or a not fancy place is still wealth. So I'm excited to see how this all plays out, and and who's interested to jump in. And it feels like that it's very much about zip code for some reason. And if it ends up that there's multiple people in a zip code, there were some ideas that were coming forward about a shared commission plan, but also some extra bonuses for anyone who's really doing a lot of promotion and sharing and bringing people into the platform. So I hope you're excited about it, because I am. Like, I have no idea exactly what this is going to look like, feel like, smell like, but I'm excited to throw it out to you guys, the community, and to see what comes back and your interest. And, feel free to comment here on Facebook. I might make the YouTube more private, because I don't know that I'll put it out to the general public, but definitely my friends, my family on Facebook, and anyone that maybe I'm friends with that's not on Facebook but hears about the program, for sure, give me a comment, give me a call, write me a note, let me know of your interest, let me know if you want to do it, and if maybe there's other things you want to do, maybe you want to do events, maybe you want to, there's lots of opportunities that we can come up with. Maybe you're a yoga instructor and you want to incorporate an element of this into a yoga class, which may be handing out postcards, or maybe it's doing something extra. I don't know. Maybe it's offering an extra class where you're actually infusing your intentions into a mini mantra word bar necklace, and you want to have an inventory of the necklaces or something like that. Or maybe you have a store, and a brick and mortar store, maybe you have an online shop and you want to sell some of the products. There's so many opportunities, and Spirit just said that you guys would have ideas and you'd come back to me with thoughts, and I would just love to share in the wealth and share in everything that we're here to do to awaken humanity, and to really just have this be heaven on earth, as opposed to the chaotic place that it often feels like. And so when we shift our inner state, we know that we shift our outer world. And, as my dear friend Axel always reminds me, it's always about the vertical alignment, right? It's always about the North Star. It's always about connecting to source. It's always about being really in touch with our higher selves, as opposed to the ego mind that wants to run the narratives and the circles and the programs and all the crazy stuff. So that's what I'm all about. I know you're all about that too. And so let's work together. And I can't wait to hear from you and see who picks up on this video. Feel free to share it outside of my personal community. If you have people that you think might want to be, one of these, I don't know, let's call them ambassadors, and make a commission off of products and services that I have. And in the meantime, I can also help promote you as well. So please make a note. Let me know. I can't wait to hear the ideas that come back. All right. See you soon.